Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Mad Capper, and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to talk about 8.60, the latest update. It's going to be a short little update, but I haven't really looked at it. I haven't really paid much attention to what's going to be. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to blind react to what our good friend, the voice behind Raid Shadow Legends, for the last couple of years, has to say about it. And we'll react to it and talk about it, talk about what's good, what's bad. Before that, a couple public service announcements. First and foremost, please like, subscribe, notify if you like the content, if you like what I do. I know I've been promising I built them so you don't have to. I'm telling you, this week one's coming out. A new one's coming out. It's going to be a special one. It's going to be very specific, kind of different vibe to it. 2024 updated. It's champion I've already done before, and it's champion I'm going to do again for 2024. So keep an eye on for that. Also, June 22nd, which is a Saturday, I will be doing a 12-hour Twitch-only stream. The reason, normally I do YouTube and Twitch. The reason we're going to do Twitch-only is, number one, there might be some beverages drank in the evening, and YouTube doesn't like that as much as Twitch kind of allows it. Secondly, Twitch is kind of a nicer platform overall for streaming still. They're getting closer, but it's still kind of a nicer overall platform. And finally, because then I can actually play music that's copied, and I just won't have the stream available in a VOD. That's fine, but it allows me to play regular music instead of the copy-free music. We probably will switch back and forth. If there's certain stuff I want to record for YouTube, we'll put some of that on YouTube. Anyway, 12 hours, noon to midnight. I don't want, it's a birthday stream. There will be some call it a subathon. I'm not really looking for subs so much as if you guys are nice and give me subs, I'm going to do other stuff. Like we have shards we can open, that sort of thing. Mrs. Capper will be joining us in the evening. It is her birthday as well. So it's a double birthday stream. I hope to see you guys there. Next up, just want to give some shouts to what's going on in Raid. Of course, non-personal rewards. Clan versus clan starting tomorrow. You can see, for me, it's 16 hours, 14 minutes. Tomorrow, there will be a progressive chance for 15x on all shards for Stultus, Harima. My God, Stultus and Harima. By the way, Stultus, I don't know why he's such a good hero, and I feel like he isn't talked about as much. Both PvE and PvP, great hero. Harima, I mean, I don't need to tell you about that. Martyr, Nishak, and Kira. And out of Void Shards, you'll get Ursaga, Supreme Gallic, and Claydna. On Wednesday, same thing, progressive chance. It'll be Duchess Lilitu, Lysandra, Necmo Thar. Oh, I really want Necmo. Morrigan, Grand Oak Paydrag. He's been pretty popular in the old Hydra. Oh, there we go from the Voids. Georgie, good old Georgid, the Breaker, the Nutcracker, Supreme Kale, and Bellatar Mage Slayer. So those are 24-hour each events for CVC. Now, also there's a 2x going on right now in the portal. I would suggest that if you need the points, do not use your summons till tomorrow, because those are actually worth pretty nice points in the old CVC world. So keep in mind and use accordingly those boosted summons to bolster your clan versus clan. And that's all I got. So let's talk about this video. Let's bring it up and fire away.
Hey everyone.
Hey.
Update 8.60 is almost here. So
Almost.
It's time for our regular sneak peek at what we've been working on.
Okay.
Let's dive in. First up, we're introducing a 5th divinity, Harmony. Like the other divinities, there'll be 6 new blessings, focused on healing and strengthening your team using the power of nature. Far out, man. One of the new rare blessings is
Okay, Nourish. Increases the value of continuous heal buffs placed by this champion. Each continuous heal buff placed by this champion restores a portion. Yeah. Oh, I like this one already. Oops.
It's called Nourish, and it'll improve the strength of continuous heal buff.
Oh, I didn't quite see it. Get back here.
Continuous heal buff.
Ah, how do I do that twice? Increases by 15%. Increases the value by 15%. And restores max HP. So I like the max HP thing, because there's a lot of max HP takers like Sand Devil Necropolis. I was actually just working on Mrs. Capper's account last night, and our Sand Devil issue isn't our ability to sleep and attack. Our problem is that we lose so much HP that oh, that's good.
Hey everyone, update 8.60 is
Why is that
almost
louder?
here. So it's time for our regular sneak peek at what we've been Divinity, harm, healing, and
Let's try this again. I should
And
just restart, but I'm not gonna. So I like the max HP thing. Is it increases the value by 10%? So if it's 15 now it's 25, or is it 16.5 like on the level 3? Is it 10% of the 15% or the 7.5% if it's a baby buff? Very curious on that one.
improve the strength of continuous heal buffs placed by the wearer, and restore
are we gonna
any
find
destroyed
out?
max HP for good measure. Pretty sweet, right? Well, Harmony isn't all about peace and love. One of the epic blessings, called
Neutralize.
Neutralize,
What?
will grant a chance to land debuffs through
You saucy. 10% chance. Oh, it's 30. Come on. Boo. Okay, so 10%, 20, 40. I'm guessing the last level is 60% and probably has some kind of cool, usually says at the beginning. Oh, it doesn't even have a high affinity thingy. Okay. I don't mind that one. I don't love it, but if you have mythical, or if you have a team in Hydra, this is your nuker, right? When placing debuffs, so never mind. This is your HP burn, for example, which will then allow, and it's a 60% chance. It's if it's a 6-star, as I'm assuming it's going to be. Yeah, I like this.
grant a chance to land debuffs through poison cloud buffs. And the legendary blessing, Cracking Roots, will increase a champion's damage against targets with stone.
Increases the damage inflicted to Stone Skin HP by 20%. But I mean, maybe. I guess for like a niche, like I could put this on Baron, but would I put this over? I don't even know what he currently has. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at this for a second. Let's take a look at this. No, I don't want to buy anything. No, I don't want to buy anything. So my Baron currently has a 2-star. He's on Heaven Cast. So Heaven Cast is giving him really just 0.5. Well, it's a low finish. So let's pretend we have a 6-star on our Baron. So we can get 2% damage for each buff. The team I run him in, he's typically running 4 to 6 buffs. So we'll say it's 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12% extra damage. That's a lot of extra damage. But what's going to be better? Will that be better, or will the alternative, which is doubled to Stone Skin but not to anything else, because then I can bring in my Baron specifically when I know there's going to be Stone Skin. Like if you see certain champions that Ultimate Death Knight, for example, that that are going to have Stone Skin on them. Sure, I guess that's how it works. I'm okay with that. I don't know. We'll see how that is in actual
Stone Skin. Don't assume that with a name like Harmony, these new blessings are just for support champions. Some will have your attackers hitting harder too. Harmonious boons for everyone. Keep your eyes peeled for more details. We'll be posting a full infographic with all 6 blessings in our update highlights on our official forum and social media. Update 8.60 also answers a long-standing community.
Increases the damage inflicted by this champion for every debuff they successfully placed, except debuffs placed by gear sets. Oh, boo. Damage inflicted by this champion for every debuff. Like a hard-hitting Krisk? That might be saucy. You can do that. There's champions that put out debuffs that also can hit hard. Not a lot, but they're out there. Yeah. Why not? At least I will say that's more useful than the poison in arena and the HP burn in arena, which just absolutely poo-poo. So, okay. What was that other rare one? You clicked on it. So this one is a continuous heal one.
With all 6.
Whenever this champion applies a debuff, has a chance to place a greater version. Oh, Ash did a video on this that I watched. Which potentially we're interested on the poison, because technically every poison sensitivity is the small version. There's a big version out there. It's in the code, but no one has it. Will this allow that? In which case, bonkers for certain champions that have poison sensitivity and you're using in clan boss. Also, it's only a percentage chance, but I think that brings some rares. I think early game, if you get an early star, this will be really nice. I suspect that this will be less effective the later the game. Like the end game won't use this, but it's a rare one, so I'm okay.
Blessings in our update highlights on our official forum and social media. Update 8.60 also answers a long-standing community request: the ability to make gear presets.
I'm not going to see the last
when
one.
you use the fitting room, you'll now be able to save your favorite combinations of artifacts and accessories for quick.
Okay, I feel like I've already talked about this one, but if I haven't, the idea is great, but the fact that it still costs us 1 billion silver. That said, now that we're going to get individual 1 hour gear swap opportunities where it's free, we can get those from the Cursed Tower in the next rotation by the sounds of it. I think they'll talk about it in this video.
Quick and easy use.
I like this is a really good idea. In conjunction with that, I think it'll work really well. I do find that it's a little bit restrictive in that, I guess if you have 1 billion silver, you don't care. But if you're silver conscious still, this could still be a bit meh. But hey, it's a step in the right direction. I'm not going to shit on it.
Just fill out the slots with the artifacts or accessories you're trying on and tap the save button. But there's more to it than that. You'll be able to choose whether you want to save your choice as a champion preset or a global preset. As you might have guessed, champion presets are locked to specific champions, while global presets can be equipped by any champion in your collection. Artifacts and accessories will have separate presets, and you'll be able to switch between them by tapping on their respective icons.
A global preset.
Once you've saved a preset, you can then switch up your champion's gear with a few simple taps. Now, we know that changing gear can leave you short on silver, but we've got a little something to help with that. We're introducing the free gear removal booster, which can be earned from hard difficulty stages in the Cursed City. When activated from your inbox, these boosters will, you guessed it, completely reduce the amount of silver it takes to remove gear.
Okay, I do hope they give you like 30 days or 99 days on those. I hope it's not like 7-day. That drives me bonkers. Because you need to use it during Curse City. So when you're done Curse City, and the next time you're doing it, and then there's different attributes then that's when you want to swap gear out, in my opinion.
Gear. Activate a booster and use the limited time window to swap out as much gear as possible and conquer new stages. Oh, and one more thing. We're also adding the Hide Set Filters button to the accessories menu, so you can browse and equip to your heart's content. The next major part of this update will bring something we've been promising for a while. It's time for balance changes to Raid's toughest dungeons, the Iron Twins Fortress, the Sand Devil's Necropolis, and the Phantom Shogun's Grove. We've turned down the dials on the Iron Twins, nerfing this killing machine's total HP, defense, resistance, and most importantly, accuracy.
Okay, let's just make it easier. I have a team already, but I get that. I'm glad for this. I think that accuracy and resistance piece was pretty rough for a lot of teams. What I hope this means is that it allows me... The problem I have with this isn't how difficult it was, mind you. From my perspective as an endgame player, I think the problem I had with Iron Twins was that you had to use energy. It should just be keys, and you could buy extra keys. I don't like that it also uses energy. I feel like that's a bit BS, especially for free-to-play, low-spend players. But making it easier, more accessible is never a bad thing. So I'm good with this.
It'll be a lot.
On the other two, I hope it doesn't break mechanic. Like, I have teams that work on both of them. I hope it doesn't break that, but we'll see.
A lot easier to resist those nasty Iron Brand debuffs and land your own. Speaking of Iron Brand, we're reducing the amount of stacks applied by the Fires of Insanity and Ruinous Swath skills. We're also reducing how often the Iron Twins activate the Retaliatory Launch skill. Instead of 4 times, it'll only happen when the Iron Twins' HP drops below 80%, 60%, and 40% of their max HP. Zzzt. Offensive capabilities reduced. Zzzt. Time for Anime to face the Nerf bat. Get it, bat? Anyway, he's also getting a significant decrease to all of his stats except attack and speed. And we're increasing his slumber counter as well. Sand Devils still need the beauty sleep. At lower stages, the slumber counter will increase to 16, and at higher stages, it's now 8. So you've got plenty of hits to get your debuffs in. That's not all, though. Al Namay will now only destroy 5% of your champion's max HP instead of 10%. And we're reducing Rest for the Wicked's damage reduction by 15% for each debuff instead of 10%. Essentially, you'll survive longer and hit harder. Win-win. Then there's Akumori the Phantom Shogun. This poor spectral warlord is getting his stats nerfed the hardest. Ouch. His Purge the Shadow skill has been changed, so now you can remove up to 10 stacks of the Shade counter for every 3 hits, depending on a champion's awakening level. Akumori's Shroud of the Shogun passive is also changing, so it now grants him less Shade stacks for every weak hit champions land on him. To make matters worse for Akumori, the number of Shade stacks that he needs for each immunity or buff has been increased by 10. Exercise your power and send this ghost on to the afterlife. There is one small catch with these rebalances. These new stats will only affect them in their dungeons. The Iron Twins and Al Namea will still be as powerful as they were before when you're facing them in the Cursed City. Well, almost as powerful. The skill changes will apply. Keep an eye out for the full update highlights. We'll feature a detailed infographic on these changes. It'll feature all the exact nuts and bolts changes on stats and skills, so you theory crafters can start scheming. That's almost everything.
Okay, I'm good with that. Again, just making it more accessible. I didn't particularly find them. I mean, the Sand Devil's pretty difficult until you find the team. I had a couple different teams that worked. Yeah, no, whatever. Easier is easier, right? I mean, my perspective is there's a couple duo teams out there, which just means the requirements are going to be lower on the landing of buffs, which means it's going to be easier overall. So I'm good with that.
But we've got just enough time to show off some of the gorgeous new champions we've got in the pipeline. There's a terrible and mighty faction unity champion for the Ogren tribes, and a sneaky new mythical champion for the Sylvan Watchers, with a few feathers in his cap.
He's
and hey,
pro.
Does that look like the Arbiter? Whew, that's a hefty update. We hope you're excited about the changes coming in Update 8.60. In the meantime, don't forget to like the
Yeah, that was the fusion that they just showed. We've already been there. All right, overall, yeah, no, it's a good patch. It's seemingly, I mean, it's not new feature patch, but it is a lot of good corrections. I think this is are long overdue, but I think I like everything. The blessings, I guess, will be the only new thing in this patch. I think they're okay. Are they going to be used? We'll have to find out. But that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Curious as to what you guys think about this patch. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it needed? Is it about time? Or do you even care? Let me know in the comments down below. But most of all, thank you for watching. As always, please be kind, be safe. We'll see you in the next video.